Okay, so check this out. We just got these axes here sharpened up. Super sharp, right? So these are axes here we're working. If you haven't seen these already, these are Hudson Bay Style axe that I make. This is made from 100-year-old steel. And these 12 axes are gonna be available next week, Friday. What's kind of fun and important to do as we make axes is to test them. So today we're gonna take this axe and we're gonna go chop some wood, chop some things, and see really how good it is, what it can do, sort of check in on our heat treat to see what the edge retention, how that does. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's what we're gonna do. But before we head into that, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is squarespace.com. If you're not familiar with Squarespace, it's an online platform which is basically allows you to very simply and easily build a website. So when I first started blacksmithing, I didn't own a computer, didn't own a phone, didn't own anything, and I was like, stink, I'm really gonna have to figure out something here to get an online presence to actually make money to sell my stuff. So then Squarespace came along, and I currently use Squarespace. They reached out to me for this integration, and I was like, oh, I'd love to talk about Squarespace because I just genuinely love it. And the reason I love it is because it's just so simple to use. They have a whole bunch of templates that fit different designs. So you just click on one, and then it's customizable within that, but it's super like click and drag. It's not like, oh, I have to write all this code. Because a blacksmith like me, I don't know anything about typing code and whatnot like that. They also have a ton of incredibly simple but useful tools in there, like analytics, see where your traffic coming. Also for if you get a purchase, notifying you, saying it's fulfilled, shipping address, integration of the payment and following that. And a really important thing too is integration with social media platforms. They're just super flawless with that. And that's something that I think is really important in this day and age, especially for us who work in these small niche, sort of craft, artisan type based things. And honestly, they just, again, look super great for somebody who doesn't know how to make a website. So head over to squarespace.com/timd for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain name. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And now let's take this axe, go smash some stuff. Here we go. Hey Martin, meet me outside in 5 minutes, okay? I can't get out of shot. What is going on? So back in the fall of 2019, I made this titanium axe, and Martin and I, well, we had a little competition. It was titanium axe versus just a steel hatchet. And we went head to head, literally. And we had a good time with that, but we thought it was time to do a rematch. Except for this time, we're not gonna stand face to face and swing axes at each other, but we got these wood pieces set up here. Pretty good, gnarly Western maple, probably at least 10 inches across. They're both out of the same piece, so they're as close as we can get to the same size. Martin versus Tim, here we go. I not only wanna know who do you think is gonna win this competition, put in the comments right now, but also how long do you think it's gonna take us to chop through? It's gonna be a race, right? So I'm thinking 15 minutes.
Okay, so here's the big strategy I have. I will just hack on that wood until it's in 2 pieces and try not to die in between.
Okay, can't let Martin hear my strategies just over there, but I'm just gonna walk a little further away. Okay, so I got a couple things going for me. The one thing not going for me is, you know, Martin's way stronger than me. He's stinking muscles, but he just worked out his shoulders and arms, so he's super sore. So I'm hoping that's a big advantage to me. The second thing is, I think I got him on the technique a little bit. I'm gonna try to place my V cut about 5 inches across the top and go down. If I screw that up and have to open up wider, that's where I'm gonna lose it. And I'm gonna go just regular speed, just a little bit of regular. Like I could go all day, try to save some energy for the end to punch through. 1, 2, 3.
happening when it's rough.
Oh, Martin!
I know.
Get halfway!
No, I'm halfway.
Oh! How do you feel?
Sadly exhausted.
Overall, I'm pretty stoked with my performance there. A little rough at the end, but we got it done. Look at those chips though. That is sweet. All right, see how the axe did here. You can tell, if you haven't noticed already, we make the axes. We don't really know how to use them. Well, it's definitely not as sharp as it was. This part's a little bit duller actually too, I'm surprised. Overall, not too bad. You were only using this much of the blade though. You can see that by the wear. All right, cool. Cool. Just give me a second. So if you look at the axe now, so that's a simulation of when you miss your wood and you hit the ground and you hit a rock. What we don't want to see is a chip. That's how I like to heat treat it. But what you see is mushroom, and so your material is still there, so you can just grind it off quickly and keep going, whereas if it chips out, then you got to dress a lot of the edge. And also the head is fully heat treated through. And what that means is you could grind this thing back forever and still have a good axe. And then it's also nice on the back, as long as you're not hitting hard stuff, that it's hard, it will just stand up to the abuse a little bit better. So that's what's going on with the axe head. Let's try it out on some concrete here, because that's a real life test, cutting concrete with an axe. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, it definitely won't cut paper now. We got a little chip on the corner there, right? But it didn't chip anywhere else. So I'm actually kind of happy about that, because we're right on the point of where it's like, if we're any harder, it's going to start cracking in here, which we don't want. So that's I'm pretty okay with that. Obviously it's dull, right? Like, that's hard on the blade right there, folks. Look at that. Definitely chipped out, hey? That's pushing the axe. So again, I'm glad it didn't do that when we hit dirt. You can see the crystal structure of the axe from the heat treat. It's so shiny in there. I'm gonna try the back too. Let's smash something. Back's pretty good. Oh, I'm okay with that. A little bit of scratch in there. This is just paint from the motor. It's pretty good. So just resharpen this and you would never know we beat the living daylights out of it. It's so cool how I can just restore that to perfection. All right, next competition. Here we go. I mean axe testing. Next axe testing. Bullseye. Best out of 3. Winner takes all. I don't know what we're taking, but winner takes all. If you throw your axe and you wreck it up, don't come talking to me. Is that okay for a disclaimer? No, you're up first. I don't want to look like a total loser. All right. So this is how it's going to work, right? I've changed the rules. The rules, here we go. This is big. Oh! I think that just went in the creek. Just about went in the creek. If it was 2 feet over, it would have been in the creek. Stinking blackberries. Dang it. All right. It's just a warm up anyways.
That didn't work.
Look at that. My brand new axe is lying in the creek. You can't even see that in there. Can you? I'm revising the rules. First person to get it to stick in there, closest to the bullseye, wins. just put the camera down for a second. Just point it down. Oh, come on, stay. Okay, bring it up. Bullseye, right on. Martin hit up here, you can see a slice and he missed, it fell out, but I got mine to stick, so looks like I'm the winner again. Okay, let's get on to some real testing. We should test something awesome, like, I wonder how this thing would do against like hitting something hard. What happens if we found a piece of titanium that we had? Do you think this thing would cut titanium? What would happen if we took this axe and we actually tried cutting titanium? So this is a piece of titanium. It's like 3/8 round bar. I'm just really curious, just for the fun of it, to see how far, just to see what will happen. Will the titanium completely stand up against the axe? Or will the axe actually make a serious ding in this or go right through? I don't know. Okay, so we got it set up on the inside of the shop here just so we could get this better clamped down and lights. So this is the titanium here. It's on a plate with the wood just to hold it down. And if it would go through, hopefully it does, don't know. I'll just sacrifice the edge to hit that versus having it on something softer, which would push in. So here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to really give her on this thing. Oh my goodness! It went right through. Did you see those sparks? Huge sparks. But it worked. Look at that ding. That is incredible. It chopped that right in half. And the axe, let's see how the axe looks. The axe actually looks better than I thought it was going to. It doesn't even look like it slammed that hard into the piece of steel, but surprisingly good. That is so cool. Wow, so the axe can cut through titanium. Don't recommend you use your axe the way we did today, but it is fun to play around and see how this thing can handle it all. If you're interested in one of these axes, I have 12 of them coming available next week, Friday. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But for now, I'd like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Make sure to head over to squarespace.com/timd to get 10% off either a domain name or setting up your website. And we will look forward to seeing you in the next video.